What is going on, survivors? Welcome back to the channel. In this video we're going to be taking a look at 10 PvP base locations on the new Genesis 2 expansion map. Now it's day 1 and I've been scouring the map looking for good locations that include solo hidden spots, large alpha tribe base locations, and of course some sneaky cave spots. Let me know down in the comments how you feel about the Genesis 2 map so far. Thanks for watching. Let's get into the video. Okay, here we are at the first base spot. Take a look at some chords. 16 by 3 by 31.4. As you can see, it's at the top of the map on the fractured side. So a nice hidden spot. Let me give you a little look around. So it's basically up against the wall here. The world border is right here. You can build all throughout this too if you wanted to try to put some forges and stuff here. Maybe put your main base out here. One of the reasons I like this one a lot is because right down below, right here, is a ton of good starter resources. So you could live up there, use that as your starter spot, and right down here is tons of metal, stone, there's even crystal, you got trees for wooden thatch, got some obsidian here too, and also fiber. So everything you need to get started. So that would be a great little starter spot up there. Okay, here we are at base spot number 2. Give you some chords. 40.6 by 71. Show you on the map. It's in the dead center and you have to enter into the underwater cave part to get to it. As you can see, I'm above some water here. The water is extremely deep and there's a lot going on in there to figure out. But there is a cliff edge that you can build on, and you can build all throughout this whole thing. And of course all of these bases will be on official settings, so you can build all throughout here. It's a really sneaky spot, really easy to defend. The one problem with this base spot is that resources, getting them here will be very difficult. I've scoured the bottom and I didn't find a lot of metal or any good resources that you can farm with like a donkey or something like that, and getting a flyer in here is nearly impossible. So you probably have to shuttle it back either with your tech suit or find a way to farm down in the water. There's a lot going on down there, but this is a really nice sneaky spot if you can figure it out, a way to get your resources here. This is highly defendable and a great base location. Okay, here we are at base spot number 3. Now this is a little bit more of a hidden location, tucked on the side of the wall here. Let me give you the chords. 29.4 by 93.7. Show you on the map. So all the way on the far side. Check that out. And as you can see, it's really tucked in. You can fit foundations in different places along here. Some places you can't, some places you can. So you could do some unique building. You should definitely get some forges down. Definitely get a nice starter going. And you can build on this edge, as you can see here. Nearly flew off. Give you a little look around. Yeah, so solid choice to stay hidden, maybe start out and then maybe even build up here too. You can also build up here, as you can see, all buildable up here as well. Okay, here we are at the next base spot. Give you some chords. 45.4 by 75.4. And here it is on the map, almost basically dead center, and this one is hard to miss, but I had to throw it in there. And that is the massive spire basically in the middle of the map. I'll fly around. I think this has a lot of potential to be a super strong endgame base spot. You can put cliff plats around the edges, and as long as you don't build off the edge, you won't be too high above ground, and you can put turret towers all along this. You can also do double and triple stack all the way at the very top of this. So that could be a really nice multi-layered shanty. You can also build inside this second layer here. So you could put stuff in here, you can put cliff plats in here as well. So a lot of potential in here for a larger tribe to really build something nice and sexy up here. Okay, here we are at the next base spot. I'll give you some chords. This is a nice little cave. Let's see, 63.4 by 27.6. Check here on the map. As you can see, map's a little blurry, but oh well. And let's take a little look around. You can place foundations everywhere throughout. There is one entrance, which is kind of large. I'll give you a view of what it looks like from the outside. So it's definitely buildable. Definitely could be a good spot to get started out. I'm not sure about end game potential. One of the really cool things is though, is up here, is that you can build cliff towers or cliff platforms and maybe do some shanties, which I think would help a lot for the defense. So definitely a decent little cave. Alright, here we are at base location number 6. Let's see what we got here. So it's on top of this large wall. There are lots of buildable places on top of this wall. I tend to like this one, and I'll give you a few reasons why. Let's give you some chords. 16.4 by 89.6, and all the way at the top corner on the map. And let's take a look around. One of the reasons I don't like it is this hissing sound, but you can probably get over that pretty quickly. One of the reasons I do like it a lot is right down here there is a ton of metal, and all around this mountain tons of nice shiny looking metal. Some early game tames like snow owls, RGs tend to spawn throughout here too. More metal, more snow owls. So you can build all across this entire area. So all throughout here you can build up on these and on all of these ramps. So just a heads up, there's lots of area to build. I think it could be a good starter spot and maybe blossom into a large alpha tribe spot down the road. Okay, here we are at base location number 7, and it's one of the passageways located on the walls leading to the central lunar zone. So there's 8 total, 4 on each side. As you can see, there's 4 little alcoves there, and they lead in, and this entire area is buildable. Letting me place everything you could want in here really flat, and it's just a tube tunnel that leads out there and then leads into the central low grav zone. So you can build throughout this entire thing. So you could, put some death walls in here on both sides and then just build in the center here. I think it could be a really smart base location because you have access to both sides of the biomes and you're really close to the center, which is amazing. So this opens up to the center part, and then straight across you can go through another tunnel that's identical to the one behind me to the other side of the biome. So a really nice strong base spot, I feel like. I will note that it does take 6 times damage in here, so you gotta be wary of that, but I still think it could be worth considering as a really nice base spot. Okay, here we are at base location number 8. Let me give you some chords. 23.8 by 45.9, and show you on the map. So this is one of the bridges that links the 2 zones together. I feel like this would be a great spot for a massive tribe. You cannot build on any of the meteorites because they do change every time the ship moves, so you can't build on those, but these bridges stay intact, and you can definitely build on all of them even while the massive ship is moving. So you can build across this entire thing. One thing to note, that the dragons are out here and they will mess with you, just so you know, but you can build across this entire thing. Massive flat surface for an incredibly large structure if you wanted to. And it looks like they do attack structures. I haven't quite checked to see how much damage they do, or if turrets would just shred them. So you might want to watch out for that, but I still think it's a possibility for a really strong, really large base location. I did check, you cannot put cliff platforms along any of this, which is kind of a bummer, but still I think there's a lot of potential out here for a massive tribe. You can build along all of this. As you can see, foundations everywhere. I got these dragons chasing me. But I think for a large tribe, they could handle this no problem. Alright, and you'd be close to the center biome location. You'd basically live in it. So every time the ship moves, you could go out and get all the precious resources. Alright, let's head over to the next base spot before these dragons kill me. Okay, here we are at the next base spot. Give you some chords. This one's a cave. It does have 2 entrances, but 64.3 by 30.5. I will show you on the map. And I decided to add it because it is a cave. You can build throughout the whole thing. Lots of area to build, really big cave, and it does have 2 entrances. This one would be pretty easy to defend. We have water here, and you could cover that spot pretty nicely from back here. Plenty of room to set up however many towers or walls you wanted to build right here. And the other entrance is a little bigger and would be a little tougher to defend, but I think maybe if you sealed that back one off and used this one, I'm not sure. And you got mantis out here for polymer, which would be really nice. But all in all, a decent base spot, and it is considered a cave, so I figured I'd add it. Solid little spot, and you can add cliff plats along these walls to really expand it out and make a really nice large base. Okay, here we are at the last base location for the day. I can't actually believe I found this one. This will be the only unofficial base spot on the list, but I wanted to add it for all the people who play, you know, MTS and all the unofficial servers, just so they know about it and maybe they want to try and build in here. It's definitely a crouch spot, so let me give you chords. 63.8 by 20.4. Show you on the map and give you a little view because it's hard to find. So you got the double waterfall, got these large tentacles here, and let me find this here. So here is the entrance, and you have to crouch to get through, and you cannot build at all on official settings here. I tried everything you can do here. I'm not sure if they're going to patch this. I feel like they probably will, because check this out, and look, there's tons of room back here. It doesn't feel legit. I feel like this is going to get patched. I'm not even sure. I don't even think I went down there yet. I'll do that here, but over here, look. If you go over here, you run into water and it becomes a water zone. So I don't really think this spot is legit, and you can't build here either. And this is, again, the only unofficial spot I've added to the list, but I wanted to make sure I put it in here because I did find it. And we can scurry back over here and check out this entrance again. So definitely good for some unofficial players, and the last spot on the list.